My name is Sky, and I am fascinated by the connection between mind, body, and soul. Here on my channel Sky Life, I explore all sorts of topics in wellness and spirituality and share what I learn along the way. I consider myself somewhat of a spiritual seeker, and I love learning about different faiths, belief systems, and lifestyles. Right now, Muslims all over the world are observing the holy month of Ramadan. Islam is the second largest religion in the world, with approximately 1.8 billion people who identify as Muslim. That's nearly 1/4 of the global population. One of the core and most well-known elements of Ramadan is the practice of dry fasting from dawn till dusk. That means that Muslims abstain from eating and drinking anything throughout the day. Smoking, alcohol, sexual activity, and cursing are also prohibited. Ramadan is a time to focus on prayer, inward reflection, and self-improvement. I have been researching Ramadan and the Islamic faith all day, trying to learn as much as I can. I've watched so many YouTube videos of other people who have tried fasting for Ramadan who might not be Muslim, and I think it's so cool that there are people from all over the world of all different backgrounds who are trying out this very ancient practice and tradition. But to be honest, I do feel kind of weird. I feel like an imposter. I feel like an intruder. So I am actually gonna get on a call with my friend Umayr this evening, who is Muslim. He actually helped me with a lot of the research on this video, and he's going to tell me more about how I can structure my day properly and what Ramadan really means to him as a practicing Muslim. What are the core tenets of Ramadan specifically?
Whenever people think of Ramadan, they just think like the food and drink, and that's it. Like that's what Ramadan is about. And that is barely scratching the surface of what Ramadan actually is. The idea is that by displacing the physical desires of the world, by displacing our physical treasures, we strengthen our spiritual relationships and we can strengthen our bond with God. And that's what Ramadan is really about, is becoming closer to God through the discarding of all worldly desires. We don't eat or we don't drink in order to empathize with those impoverished who never will have enough. Really just making yourself a better person. That's ultimately to what it comes down to. If you're unhappy with something in your life, if something is happening that you want to fix, that you want to change, this is the month to be like, you know what, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make that change in my life and become a better person. It's improvement across the board in all aspects of one's life.
My day of Ramadan began before the sun came up at 3:45 a.m. I'm an early riser normally, but 3:30 a.m. an alarm going off is not something I am used to. I had until 4:30 a.m. to eat my pre-dawn meal called suhoor. If I have one skill in life, it's cooking delicious meals super fast. I made this all in about 9 minutes, not to toot my own horn, but that's pretty skillful. So I was told for suhoor to eat a lot of protein, a lot of veggies, maybe some low sugar fruit. So I have like 15 minutes to eat all of this, so I'm gonna try and mindfully eat as much as I can. I should have given myself more time. And then at 4:30, I gotta stop eating. And water! I completely forgot. I need to be drinking water. Oh my gosh. I need to get water. My body is like, what the f are you doing? Like, why is it the middle of the night and you're shoving food into your mouth? Like, what is going on? Oh my god, I just swear. You're not supposed to swear during Ramadan. I'm not supposed to do anything bad. I take that back. I have the worst potty mouth. I grew up with all brothers in Boston, Massachusetts. Typical masshole household. We're just throwing F-bombs around all day. Like, that's not okay. I want to fix that. That is one thing that I want to work on today during my day of Ramadan, to remove the cursing from my life. Ramadan marks the 9th month in the Islamic calendar, which follows lunar cycles, so the start and end dates are different each year. Ramadan signifies the month in which Muslims believe God, called Allah in Arabic, sent down the very first revelation to Prophet Muhammad while he was meditating in a cave called Hira outside the city of Mecca. According to Islam, Muhammad continued to receive revelations for 23 years, which were then compiled into the Quran, the holy book of Islam. After the Prophet Muhammad's death in 632 CE, conflicts began to emerge as Muslims argued over who the true successor or caliph should be to lead the religion. This led to the split between Sunni and Shia Muslims, which has created war and conflict for many years. I was reading a Pew Research survey about how Muslims feel they're viewed in the Western world and in American culture. Do you feel comfortable as a Muslim in America?
Yes and no. When I was in middle school, I was verbally and physically assaulted because of my race and my religion. And that happened because I was trying to teach Islam to my class. And there were a couple people who didn't want to learn. All of a sudden, I began paying particular attention to the negative aspects of the faith. I would always be like, well, what if they're right? I mean, what if I've been the one who is in the wrong this whole time? And for the rest of middle school, that for me was something that I really struggled to grapple with. Over time, I have found that personally what brings me the most joy is teaching others about Islam and bringing to light misconceptions.
When you were growing up and you hear of instances in the media of extremists causing some act of terrorism, how would you feel?
I would feel very confused. The more I learned about Islam, the more educated I became, the better I was able to put everything I saw in the media in context of what it truly was. I began to see the falsehoods and the lies perpetrated. I mean, Islam is a religion of peace, and that's all it ever has been.
It is time for the first prayer of the day, Fajr. Instead of doing the traditional Islamic prayers that I don't know, I don't speak Arabic, I don't know the movements, and I'm not Muslim, so I am going to replace those 5 times a day that Muslims would normally be praying with meditation, because that is personally how I connect with a higher power and to go inwards and work on myself. So I'm going to meditate. After Fajr, I decided to head to the beach and watch the sunrise. It is a crisp morning. Grand rising, there she is, Mama Sunshine is here. Even though swimming in the salt water would probably dehydrate me a bit, I could not resist a sunrise swim in the ocean. It's chilly, but I feel so good. Hopefully, I won't regret this later. Why do I not do this every single morning? This is fantastic. I mean, it was hard to get up, but this was so worth it. Right now is about the time when I really want a hot, frothy oat milk matcha latte. I am definitely a caffeine person. I mean, matcha and coffee too. I like it all. I'm a bit nervous to see if I start to get any withdrawal symptoms. So I actually wrote out a whole Ramadan schedule for myself today, and I just time blocked everything around all of the different prayers and meditations I'm going to be doing. And I scheduled an interview with my friend named Nada, who is Muslim and also a nutrition coach.
My name is Nada Abdurrahman. I am from Saudi Arabia. I'm an engineer. I'm also interested in health and wellness like Sky.
What are the health benefits of dry fasting specifically?
The most important part is to give your digestive system a reset, decreases inflammation for your body, helps in autophagy, which basically breaks down the bad cells and builds the good cells. If you practice it right also, because after you break your fast, you don't want to go into junk food or so on. So I find myself having more energy in Ramadan because my body is not focusing on digestion. Islam, we see it as like a way of life, not only like a religion, right? So it hits 3 parts, the mind, body, and soul. In Islam, we have this like religious rule that anything you do, like physically or a religious act or a deed, you have to have the right intentions with it. You get a good deed depending on your intention, not only your acts.
A huge part of Ramadan and Islam in general is giving to charity, which is called zakat. To honor this part of Ramadan, I donated $100 to Islamic Relief USA, a nonprofit that provides relief and development to communities in need. Oh my goodness, I feel like Jello. And I'm so tired. I just took a nap and it was supposed to be a power nap, and then it turned into me passing out for 3 hours. That was the best nap I've ever taken ever. I just feel like I could sleep the rest of the day. If you really want to do Ramadan right, you just stay up all night, sleep all day. Around midday is where I really start to feel the pain of the hunger and thirst. The scent of water, there's nothing like it. I want to drink water so badly. Oh, I'm starting to get a headache. I'm definitely hungry, but it's not as bad as the thirst right now. To pass the time and keep my mind busy, I decided to clean my room very thoroughly, and I cleaned the kitchen too while I was at it, which made me feel so refreshed. What is the most healthy way to break the fast?
Our Prophet breaks the fast with water and dates. Keep in mind that you're really hungry, right? So if you eat without being mindful, then you most probably will overeat. The best way is to drink water and eat a date, go to pray, and then you come back and continue your meal.
It is time to break my fast, but I felt so lonely doing it alone, so I asked Umayr if he would get on Zoom with me to help me break my fast. He is on a different time zone, so he's already broken his fast for today, but I am really excited to eat these dates, these delectable dates, and drink water finally. Hi!
Hi! Oh my god! Congratulations!
Thank you! Every time I wanted to eat something or drink, I said, I gotta be a good person like Umayr. Cheers! What do I say?
The greeting is Iftar Mubarak. So like, congratulations on Iftar.
Iftar Mubarak.
Yes! I'll toast you with my glass of water.
Okay. Oh, water has never tasted so good.
I know.
Wow. What a gift water is. So underrated. Iftar Mubarak, and thanks to Umayr for celebrating with me as I break the fast.
Yay!
Oh my god. This is so amazing. Dates are also underrated.
They really are.
You've been doing this for 26 days. Is every day when you eat again just like an amazing moment?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yay! I'm literally gonna have a little mukbang date with myself, and I'm so excited. I got Lebanese food. We got some salmon, salad, rice, and pita and hummus. Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Before I dive into this meal, I just want to put some good blessings on this food and say thank you, thank you, thank you. Take a moment of gratitude for the beautiful food I'm about to eat. Nothing like a good pita with hummus. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm gonna do my best to eat slowly and mindfully. Okay, first bite. Oh my god, the olive oil in this is so good. This was worth the wait. Like, me fasting all day to be able to fully immerse myself in the experience of eating this meal. I get it. I gotta pace myself. Holy moly macaroni. I know you all really, really, really want to see me eat the whole meal, but I'm sorry, I gotta turn off the cameras so I can just be in the moment and be present with this food right now. And I'm gonna do my best to keep eating mindfully and slowly, but I wanna turn off the cameras and just be with the food. What does Islam mean to you?
It is a means to always ensure that I stay on the right path. And it is a means to always ensure that I do right by others. The Prophet Muhammad said, judge yourself 10,000 times before you judge someone else once. And that is something that has seen me through, I mean, all of my life. It's helped me to be kinder. It's a personal mission of mine that whenever people see these things or they hear bad things, they think of, you know what, I know a Muslim, I know Umayr, and he's not like this. Then it encourages me and forces me to be a better person.
I just finished my last meditation of the day, and I'm getting all cuddly in my bed and reflecting on my day, and what an awesome experience this was. I learned so much about Islam, and it was so amazing to talk to my friends Umayr and Nada and just learn about this religion that I didn't know so much about before this, and I feel like I learned a lot. Today was a very mindful day. I was thinking a lot about who I want to be as a person, and I love the giving service element of this. That's so important. I always want to incorporate more of that into my life, so I'm very inspired by my day of Ramadan. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and leave me a comment below letting me know what you thought. And if you have any other ideas for different religions or belief systems you want to see me learn about and make videos about, I would love to hear what you think. That is it for this episode of Sky Life, and as always, I want to remind you that you have the power to thrive. You have the power to live your best life ever, and I will see you next week. Bye.
Got a lot of time on our hands, yeah. Don't have to rush a thing, don't you know? Easy, let it come, let the sun hit ya. Easy, let it working 9 to 5. Yeah, we're so young, baby, and we're flying to the sky.